Are you working harder than ever to grow your law firm, but still feel like success is just out of reach? Many law firm owners believe the next million in revenue is the solution. But what if that's not the answer? Welcome to Breaking the £1 Million Myth, the podcast for law firm owners who want a high-profit, low-stress law firm. I'm Michelle Peters, former Magic Circle solicitor turned law firm growth strategist, sharing practical advice to help you grow a law firm that's not just successful on paper, but actually works for you. Let's dive in. To episode 9, the Profitable Practice Operating System, turning clarity into action and action into results. If you've been following along with the episode so far, then I'm hoping you've got some good insights and that you've already started to take action. You've taken the quiz, you've started mapping your 90-day plan. You're probably feeling more clear than you have in a long time. But please remember, clarity is a brilliant starting point, but it's not the finish line. Because clarity without action is just an idea, and ideas aren't enough. If they were, then walking past the gym or just thinking about going to the gym would be enough to get a six-pack or lose that half a stone you put on at Christmas or at your last holiday. But you and I know that it doesn't work like that. You need to take that idea, that clarity that you now have, and turn it into action. But not just any action, because action without structure, well, that normally leads to burnout or bouncing from one idea to another without building real momentum. So today, I want to walk you through something called the Profitable Practice Operating System. Most lawyers I speak to aren't short on ambition. They know what they want. They've got drive. They're short, though, on structure. They don't have a framework to guide them by day, by week, by month, through the messy middle of actually implementing change. The Profitable Practice Operating System exists to solve that. It's a system I've developed over the last decade working with ambitious, independent lawyers who want to grow a profitable, sustainable, and fulfilling firm, but don't want to hustle endlessly to get there. It's not a one-size-fits-all strategy, and it's not a magic wand. It's a system, a framework that brings together the 3 pillars we talked about in episode 8. Strategic planning, skills and tactics development, and support and accountability. And when you bring these 3 together and work them in a rhythm, that's when things really start to change. Not just more clients or better clients, not just more profit, but more control, more confidence, and yes, even more time back. Profitable Practice Operating System pulls everything we've talked about so far together in one repeatable rhythm that keeps you on track. So let's talk about the 3 pillars that make up this system. The first pillar is strategic planning, and not just planning, but a strategic planning process. As we discussed in the last episode, a strong strategic plan starts with a clear 3-year vision, what you want your firm to look like in the future. Then we reverse engineer it into a 12-month set of goals, then reverse engineer that into 90-day projects, and then reverse engineer that into 2-week micro plans. It's not complicated, but it is intentional. But doing it on your own can be a challenge. You get busy. You have seemingly urgent demands on your time from clients and team members. Your own priorities fall to the back of the queue, and before you know it, another 12 months has passed with no real change. So the strategic planning process isn't about knowing you need a plan or even about knowing what should go in the plan. It's about actually making one and then reviewing and updating it on a predefined schedule. This process is what ensures that the work you do each week is actually moving you towards the bigger picture, not just keeping you busy. And this is why the first step I take with any new law firm owner we're working with is to have a 60 to 90-minute private session to create their 1-page strategic plan. This gives them clarity on what to focus on and in what order for this next 90 days. So they're not trying to do everything at once, but instead building purposeful momentum. And then, because they're working in the 2-week micro plans we talked about in the last episode, I check in with them every 2 weeks to find out whether they've completed their action steps, whether anything got in the way that we need to troubleshoot or fix, and what they're planning for the next 2-week micro plan. And then to keep the plan up to date, relevant, and fresh, every 90 days we review and update the Strategic Action Plan 90-day projects. This helps them stay on track, adapt as needed, and keep progressing quarter after quarter. The key here is to make sure you have a process for continual review and update of your plan and accountability to make that happen. Because pieces of paper with the heading plan is not what brings you results. It's the process of continual implementation of the plan that will bring you results. Now, the second pillar in the operating system is skills and tactics development. Because the reality is, what got you here won't get you there. To attract more of the right clients, convert at better fees, and maximize profits and time, you'll likely need to build new skills. These might include leading sales conversations, also known as conversion, creating leveraged marketing assets, setting boundaries with clients, and so on. But here's what makes this part of the system so effective. It isn't just about learning the skills. It's about when and how you learn them. As I've already mentioned, in our Profitable Practice operating system, every 90-day plan is broken into short, focused, 2-week micro plans. In each micro plan, you choose one key skill or tactic to learn. You spend 2 weeks learning and implementing that tactic in your firm. Then you gather data, assess how it works, refine the approach, and optimize. Then you do it again. At the end of your 90 days, you reflect, assess, and set a new 90-day plan. A plan that includes fresh skills and tactics tailored to your next growth goal. This creates a rhythm of continuous learning and implementation. No wasted energy, no random CPD or online courses that never get used. Just a practical, focused, skill-building process that fits into your real-world priorities. We also have standalone Profitable Practice Accelerator sessions that introduce one specific strategy or tactic at a time, making it easy to absorb and act on quickly without overwhelm. The third pillar is support and accountability. Because growth is hard, and staying the course when things get busy or uncomfortable is even harder. Support isn't just about motivation, it's about perspective, feedback, knowing someone has your back and will call you forward when needed. And here's something no one talks about enough. Learning a new skill, especially one that stretches you, can be uncomfortable. It's easy to get discouraged, to overthink, or fall back into old habits, which is why the right support makes such a difference. When you're surrounded by people who understand the journey you're on and who speak the same language and who are committed to growth like you, it makes the world of difference. It changes how you show up. Regular, focused communication, clear check-ins, a place to celebrate wins and troubleshoot challenges. It's not just about moving faster, it's about feeling more confident and less alone as you grow. I want to be honest here. A lot of lawyers resist systems like our Profitable Practice operating system. And I get it. You're smart, you're capable, you're used to figuring things out on your own. But here's what I hear people say. I can get support and accountability from my peers. Well, yes, your peers can cheer you on. But do they have the insight to help you implement the right things at the right time? That's the difference between encouragement and growth. Are your peers trained to help you build a scalable marketing system? Have they doubled their fees and streamlined their onboarding? Support is wonderful. Skilled support, however, is game-changing. Something else I hear people say is, I can develop my skills through CPD or short courses. Absolutely. But are those skills connected to a bigger plan? Are they showing up in your weekly actions or just sitting in your notes? Learning without implementation is just another distraction. Another comment I hear is, I've tried planning before and I didn't stick to it. That's why this system is built around rhythm and review. Every 90 days you reset. Every 2 weeks you course correct. No perfection needed, just consistent forward motion. Another comment sometimes I hear is, I don't have time to implement something new right now. But you don't need more time. You need a smarter use of the time you already have. The Profitable Practice operating system breaks growth into manageable sprints. So rather than adding more, you'll be focused on what actually moves the needle in less time. Maybe you're thinking, I've already spent money on marketing that didn't work, or business coaching that didn't work. Most generic marketing advice isn't built for small and boutique law firms. Using the Profitable Practice operating system skips guesswork and focuses on field-tested tools and strategies that have already worked for law firm owners like you. Something else I hear sometimes from lawyers is, I'm not sure if this is going to work for my kind of law. I'm a specialist. Well, whether you're in litigation, IP, commercial, private client, family, or some other niche practice area, this system is adaptable and proven across many specialisms. The principles stay the same: attract ideal clients, convert effectively at higher fees, and maximize your profitability and impact. So, that's the Profitable Practice operating system: strategic planning, skills, support. Each one matters, but together they create a compounding momentum. This is how you attract more of the right clients, convert them at the right fees, and maximize your time, your income, and your impact. So if you're serious about building a profitable firm, one that works for you instead of just draining you, this is the path. And if you'd like my help walking it, I'd love to chat. If you're the owner of a small law firm, you can book a free call with me by going to thebusinessinstructor.com/call. So that's www.thebusinessinstructor.com/call. And we can explore how to overcome what's slowing you down from having a freedom firm and map out what your next 12 months could look like using this exact framework operating system I've talked about today. No pressure, just clarity. And in the next episode, we're going to talk about something most lawyers don't like to admit: the ways we get in our own way. Self-sabotage, avoidance, perfectionism, why it happens, how to spot it, and what to do when it shows up. Until then, don't just keep pushing. Get a plan, get the skills, get the support, and start building your profitable practice and moving towards a freedom firm. See you next time. You've been listening to Breaking the £1 Million Myth. If you enjoyed today's episode, I'd really appreciate it if you'd leave a rating and review. And you can discover more proven strategies for profitable law firm growth at www.thebusinessinstructor.com. Hey, video's already finished and you're still here. I've already gone outside to get some fresh air and some sunshine, as you can tell. But if you're looking for other things to do, here's some tips. Firstly, do what I recommended in that episode, because ideas don't change things, action changes things. Secondly, I'd love it if you'd like and subscribe to this podcast so I know you like it and I'm encouraged to make some more episodes for you. And thirdly, if you'd like to continue the conversation that I started in this episode, leave a comment below and I'll reply. Lastly, if you've done all those things, then here's my tip for you: take a break and do something fun, like I'm about to do, enjoying the sun and a little bit of breeze. See you next time.